The Rambling Geordie.
Oxfordshire branch of Stand Up the Racism doesn't want refugees in their area. I know. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Let me tell you all about it. Stand Up the Racism is a UK national anti-racism campaign network, and it's focused on opposing the far-right, racism, and what it sees as scapegoating of migrants and refugees. Its organisers counter-protests at anti-immigration events, supports refugee rights, and promotes refugees welcome messaging. Local branches exist across the country and often collaborate with unions, student groups and community organisations on unity marches and anti-racism initiatives. In July, the Oxford branch launched a petition opposing UK government plans to use a former Ministry of Defence site in Bicester, Oxfordshire, to house up to 1,250 asylum seekers, specifically single adult males aged 18 to 65. Now, the site, which is Bicester Site A, between Piddington and Upper Arncott, would provide basic, largely self-sufficient accommodation for a minimum of 10 years as part of efforts to move asylum seekers out of more expensive hotels and reduce costs. The plans include possibly early arrivals by the end of 2026. This is one of several former military sites being considered nationally. So why would a group set up in order to welcome migrants to this country, in order to give them the best possible chance they can? Why would they be opposed to this? Well, their reaction to this is it's not what you think, guys, okay? It's nothing to do with NIMBYism or anything like that, okay? So the Oxford Stand Up the Racism petition, which they filed to the government, argues this, that the basic and isolated accommodation is inhumane and amounts to warehousing people far from amenities. It's funny that, though, because I wonder if they argued this when the actual army was living there. You know, the people who fight and die for this country to keep people like these guys safe. I wonder if they argued that. Now, I've got a sneaky suspicion that they probably didn't. They say it risks turning Bicester into a magnet for far-right protests, intimidation and violence. Now, they cite recent incidents outside of hotels and other ex-MOD camps near Crowborough. Okay, so they don't want people there who are going to be against this sort of thing. Well, again, that sounds like a very lefty way of looking at things, but anyway. They also claim it would make Bicester the racist capital of Oxfordshire. Well, how? I mean, I think it probably would. I certainly think it would, but not for the reasons that these guys think. They also say it is a cynical power move by the government to appear tough on immigration rather than a genuine solution. Yeah, tough on immigration would be that these fuckers didn't come in at all. But anyway, better alternatives include faster processing of the asylum backlog so people can work or have their claims resolved instead of long-term isolated housing. Yes, because, you know, what we should really be doing is just letting these fuckers get off a boat, get off a plane and just head straight into the local job centre and have at it. Let's not check out that these guys are safe. Let's not do any of that sort of thing. Just help yourself, lads. Don't worry that you're of fighting age along with your thousands of other fighting age men. Just go and do what you want. Not a problem. They say it's scapegoating refugees diverts attention from issues like austerity, housing shortages, wages, and NHS waits. Right, okay. Fuck off. All right. Refugees cause these sort of things. When you have unfettered access to a country and you just allow people to come in willy-nilly with no cap on however many people can come in, you will then start to get things like austerity. You will then have housing shortages and NHS waits and all the rest of that sort of thing because we haven't got the infrastructure there to accommodate these people. So please, enough with this bullshit of, oh, refugees don't actually cause any sort of shit when they're here. They don't cause any problems. It's not a refugee's fault that there's a housing shortage. Good mongs. And they also draw a historical parallel that a similar proposal for the same site in 2002 to 2005 drew far-right activity from groups like the National Front and the BNP, and was ultimately dropped after claim processing improved. Basically, okay, this sounds a hell of a lot like, yeah, we want refugees, but not here. Like, they put them in the council estates a few hundred miles down the road or something. Put them in the centre of London. Not here in Oxford. Not here in the Shire. No, can't have them here. Now, obviously, they've been getting a lot of shit online off people. Which, let's be honest here, it was coming. A lot of social media users have highlighted the irony, with some labelling it NIMBYism or not in my backyard. I mean, it's complete hypocrisy. It is absolute hypocrisy at its finest, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Because it really does highlight the point that these people don't actually want what they're telling you that they want. They're sitting there saying, oh, get all these migrants, saying, yes, it's human rights for people and all the rest of it. Oh, but yeah, whoa, a few miles down the road, please, keep them going, not here, come on. It's an absolute joke, and this is what these people think. These are rich, well-off people living in the Oxfordshire countryside, okay? They're not poor people. Okay, yet they think that all the poor people can handle all of this stuff. They can't handle that. No way. Can't handle it in where I live. It'll change our way of life. It'll change things too much. Give it to all the poor people. Throw them up north. Throw them into the centre of London. Throw them into the busy, smelly, dirty towns. Get them into there, not in the Shire though. These people are fucking hypocritical bastards, every single one of them. Now, normally, Stand Up to Racism have often counter-protested anti-asylum housing demonstrations, framing them as far-right or racist. And now, well, they're doing the exact same thing, aren't they? They'll tell you it's for a different reason, of course they will. They can't be seen to be bad guys. But it's exactly the same reason. They don't want them near them. Which is the same reason that millions of people across this country don't want any of this shit. We don't want them near us. We don't want them invading our towns, our cities, and our villages. We don't want any of that. We want people in this country who belong here and who love the place. We shouldn't be out there trying to wipe the world's arse for them, okay? That's not our job. Our job is to look after the people who live in this country and the people who were born here. That's all this government has to do. It's not our problem that there's asylum seekers coming from all over the world trying to get into this country. The only problem that we have to deal with is to stop the fuckers coming in the first place. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Or Stand Up to Racism complete hypocrites? Let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do, because, well, I'll stop crying on a night time if you do. Keep an eye out for the next video, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.
Don't be daft, man.